So at Classic, he's going to be waiting for quite some time, and we are jumping into a TvP between our Korean Terran and our Polish Protoss. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Side Delta, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. Here we go. Oh, live VIP. Oh, CranKy Ducklings. Oh, baby links. Aye. We are going to be settling in. Again, we were able to feature Classic earlier, Solar earlier, but now we have our TvP. For some context, the winner of this series will face off against the winner of Lancer and Max Packs. So there's a Protoss player confirmed after these two players. Which one? We'll see. Is going to be a Protoss opponent. For now, ByuN opening up Double Gas. Interesting. Double Gas opener out of ByuN. Meanwhile, MaNa going for a standard opener himself. It looks to be a, I was going to say Gate Cyber Expand. MaNa is looking for a proxy, playing it out safe. Now, we missed out on Game 1 and Game 2, so if you happen to have watched it, then we would appreciate some updates. If you could give us some insights as to what happened. We can see that MaNa is playing very safe, a little bit paranoid of a proxy. Wouldn't be surprised if that happened at some point in the series. And MaNa is going for a Gate Expand into Cybercore. Much more economic opener here out of MaNa. Meanwhile, ByuN going for faster tech. Again, because the double gas opener, that means a faster factory, that means a delayed command center, a delayed economy here for ByuN. And we'll see what this leads into. Now, this could be for a Widowmine drop, this could be for Reactor Cyclone, this could be for Reaper Hellion. We have options. Do have options as the probe is going to recall back home. Do keep it safe and sound. The first Reaper does move out, and we have our Reactor on the way. I miss you. You're an animal, baby. You're an animal. Where have you been? Been conch. Ah. Now we do move out. Getting across the map, and so far, so good. MaNa is able to keep up, able to fend off the Reaper for the time being. CC is on the way. And we have our tech of choice. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener. Okay. We have our Twilight Council. It should be for Blink. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, we were actually about to cut. We were going to cast Scarlet earlier. We're going to cast Scarlet, but unfortunately something came up and Scarlet didn't show. So that did delay our start. It's okay, we made up for it with some more ZVP, so it's all good. We were able to feature Solar earlier. But now we do see that ByuN has yet to get a full scout off. So far, MaNa doing well, just positioning his army, maintaining control of the ramp, and maintaining control of the natural. Meanwhile, back at home, ByuN is settling into his 1-1-1, going for what looks to be Banshees. Okay. We have our initial Cyclone. There's the add-on stop. Tech Lab on the starport, and yes, we are embracing the Banshee. Now, this is a playstyle that has been popularized quite a bit over the past couple of months, especially by the Korean Terran players. I think this started with ByuN and Maru, and then it kind of spread to Europe, and we've seen Clem embrace this. We've seen a lot of European Terrans embrace this, basically all year, for like the past 6 months. I say 6 months. I would say like just past I Am Katowice. So maybe like past 4-ish months. Like 4-ish months. We've seen a lot of tank Banshee play in this matchup. Has been quite trendy. And we'll see how MaNa responds, and we'll see if he can keep up. Now, the power of this build here is that these Banshees, they can do so much damage harassing in the mineral line. Like, it can be quite difficult to keep up with the tank push and also keep units in the mineral lines to defend and maintain our probe count. Like, it only takes a couple of seconds, and these Banshees, they can wreak havoc. They can pop off. They can be devastating. Likewise, it can also just join up with the main army as well and be a part of the anchor point for your tank push. So ByuN has options with how he wants to approach this. But now Stalkers are moving out. Back at home, MaNa did throw down an extra gateway. It's going to be a 3-gate setup here for MaNa into a third. So 3-gate blink. Basically what this does is it gives MaNa map control. It's map control. He's going to be able to apply some pressure, push in. He shouldn't commit too hard. With our tank setup here, like if we do blink into the main, we're going to lose everything. So we should calm things down. Ooh, as ByuN does spot the Observer. Not quite able to chase it. You know, double forge on the way. The first Banshee has arrived. Now, thankfully, we have a shield battery. Shield battery will keep these probes safe and sound for the most part. As I say that, 2-3 probes going to be falling. Stalker still poised outside the main. And no big reaction so far. ByuN is pushing, by the way. Uh-oh. ByuN moves out. Stalkers do recall. Stalkers do recall back to the natural. And ByuN is pushing. The Banshee's still alive. I believe we do have a second Banshee. Yeah, second Banshee's with the main army. And the goal of this push, the goal of this move out is to deny the third. Is to shut down the third base. More reinforcements on the way. And MaNa's not in position. MaNa, he's busy with the Banshee. Busy with the Banshee. We lay siege upon the third. The base finishes, and that means it's not a cancel. That means it's going to be a kill. And it's 400 minerals down the drain. The Nexus will fall. Meanwhile, at the same time, Prism going into the main. MaNa trying to go for a backstab, but alas, the damage has been done. And ByuN, he can keep pushing. Can keep moving out. Zelta dropped. Charge not quite done. We have reinforcements. Yeah, Zelta being dealt with. And ByuN, he's going in for the kill. He's going in for the throat. Tanks will siege up. They siege upon the pylon, upon the army. Thankfully, we have a backup pylon. At the same time, Banshee does hit the main. Again, distracting MaNa. Overcharge runs out and we can push in. Yeah, we can just keep on pushing. Remember, these are vanilla Marines. But the tanks are slowly pushing forward. The Marines are only here to tank. Only here to buffer for the tanks themselves. Oof. And now we're within range. We're within range of the Nexus. Boys being pulled away. Stalkers going down. We're trying to set up a surround. And the tanks are exposed. Yeah, the tanks, they should fall, but we committed to the mineral line. Can we bring down the base? It's going to be close. It looks like MaNa will barely hold on. Again, ByuN being a little bit too greedy here, but he gets 18 probe kills. And the third. We saw that one Banshee. We saw the Banshee here. Oh no, it's going to go down. Banshee gets cleaned up. MaNa technically holds, but the question becomes, at what cost? At what cost? It costs us 6 Stalkers, a base, pylon, shield batteries, gateways, zealots, 21 probes. It costs us a lot. And ByuN is ahead. Even though ByuN was essentially on 2 bases, he's now taking a third. He's up in SCVs. ByuN is looking strong here, and MaNa has some recovering to do. I say that I think the best option here for MaNa is to go for an all-in. But even then, we just barely have an economy to sustain an all-in. That's the problem. I mean, so we do have charge, and we have 2-2 on the way. Like, the upgrades are looking good, and we can embrace Mass Zealot, true, but the size, the army size is not going to be on our side here. I think the hope for MaNa is that ByuN is too greedy. Like, if ByuN expands, and if ByuN neglects his army production, and if he's maybe out on the map and out of position, then maybe we can like catch the army fragmented or go for a zealot run by and get a mineral line. Like, there are opportunities, there are chances here for MaNa, but they're really more reliant on ByuN making mistakes. They're reliant on ByuN, again, being caught out of position, you know, being caught unawares, maybe misreading his opponent. Speaking of, ByuN is moving out. The Observer does spot this, and the Zealots move in. That's a good moment here for MaNa. ByuN does react. He lifts the CC, he pulls away, and ByuN does not turn around. Uh-oh. ByuN, he's going for the kill. I mean, again, like, this is a nice move with the Zealot run by. We didn't get much damage, though, and ByuN, he doesn't care. He's pushing forward. No splash damage, no charge. Sorry, not no charge. No Storm, no Colossus. We do have charge, we have Archons, but alas, the Bio army is looking to snowball out of control. I believe no more force fields. Yeah, we can step forward. No shield battery. Uh-oh. Yeah, no shield battery, no overcharge. Big mine shots go up. And we can just pick this army apart. GG gets called, and ByuN will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Again, ByuN able to embrace this build. Again, it's been quite trendy. We've seen this pop up mid-series, you know, sprinkled into their series and TvPs. This Banshee tank kind of push and this Banshee tank timing, it can be really brutal to deal with. And unfortunately, MaNa just did not see the main army moving out. MaNa was focusing on the Banshees, if you remember, and MaNa had nothing in the center of the map to scout. There was no Stalker left behind, there was no Observer, the Prism was off to the side. What I'm referring to is that MaNa did not see ByuN's move out, so he didn't know he had to be in position at the third. Which is why, when ByuN showed up, the third base was completely left alone, it was completely exposed, and again, it was just a rough start for MaNa, just losing the base instantly. And ByuN just kept pushing from there. So a big win there for ByuN. And with that, we have potentially another series. We have some matches getting ready for us here. ByuN is going to be still waiting for the winner of Lancer versus Max. They're still in their best of 3. As we head on over and check out that bracket, let's see if there are any other updates. Okay, from the bottom, you can see